How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Verb stock. Yes, we've seen this stock make some strong moves in the past, but I want to make sure you guys put it on your watch list because we can see resurgence sometime this week. But before we get started, of course, we got to go over the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is a technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We're going to be looking at areas of support, resistance, and the type of moves that we want to look forward to with Verb stock. Then secondly, we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. We want to see what are the borrow fees, what is the short volume ratio, does it have short squeeze potential? We're going to be finding out. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution, how much buying and selling was going on, especially on Friday when a lot of small cap stocks were getting hit. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts. Come on, you guys know I got to give you a lot of value. So now let's jump to it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for Verb Technology. So let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at $2.49, being up 5.51%. On the low, it tested $2.25, and then on the high, testing $2.85. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, it traded at 19.289 million shares, and as far as for the average volume over 10 trading days, it was around 55.669 million. So definitely below average there. So the chart that we're using is the 1 year daily chart. We take a look at the RSI down below. You can see it's right around 58.56. So yes, we are in the overbought territory, but do keep in mind of the fact we are well above that. And again, we're just cooling off from a prior run up. When we take a look at the indicators on the chart, we are above the 100 day, the 200 day, and of course, what we saw on the Friday, we showed some strength right on that 21 day EMA. So I want to actually see this continue going into tomorrow, and especially for the rest of the week. If we can have some solid support and some consolidation in this particular area, then we can look forward to seeing some more spikes. We saw a spike going all the way to $2.85, so I'd want to definitely see a retest of this area and being able to push through it. We already know if Verb could start getting into that $3 level as well, of course this is a psychological level aside from being a resistance level, then we look forward to seeing that strong push where we can end up getting to around 320 before meeting some resistance. So as far as overall how things are looking for Verb in general, as long as it stays above the 21 day EMA, which are one of the things I love to look for, then I'm definitely seeing some continued strength, and part of the reasons why I'm going to continue to keep it on the watch list. But do keep in mind of the fact you want to make sure before you get into the play whatsoever, you have confirmation. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for Verb. So you can see the short volume ratio is at 20.31% according to Fintel. As we scroll down on the page, the short shares availability is at 150,000 updated 16 minutes ago. And as far as for the short ball free rate, that is fairly high, being at 55.98%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, and this is according to FINRA, we could see here on the 23rd, which was a Friday close, it was at 52.66%. This is the highest it's been in this entire period, going as far back as July the 12th. So what does this mean? Yes, Verb does have short squeeze potential, and it's part of the reason why I'm telling you guys to keep it on your watch list. Do pay attention to the overall volume, making sure that you also have the right setup with your indicators so you can get into this play and be able to manage your risk while maximizing your profits on the upside. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for Verb. So we can see here on the inflow, we have 14,279, and on the outflow, we had 12,114. On the large, we had 3,129. On the medium, we had 8,726. And on the small, we had 2,424. As far as for the outflow side, on the large, we had 3,462. And on the medium, we had 6,744. And on the small, we had 1,908. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, Wow, so we could see the only outflow data we had was on July the 23rd, which was Friday, being at 333.37. When we take a look at the prior days, on the 22nd, we had an inflow of 329.97. On the 21st, we had 255.39. On the 20th, we have 232.79, and on the 19th, being at 904.88. So yes, institutions have definitely been loading up heavy on Verb stock, but also we're seeing retail is definitely excited about this, and they're buying up shares, especially when we're taking a look at those small and as well as those medium-sized orders. Institutions can be getting involved in those particular type of orders as well, but one of the things we need to keep in mind of as far as next week and how things are looking, I'm looking forward to seeing a strong spike coming from this stock, and I want to make sure you have it on your watch list, and it's part of the reasons why I did this video. So I won't waste any more time. Let's jump now into the final thoughts. So for my final thoughts for Verb stock, I'm definitely going to continue to keep an eye on this play, especially as the week progresses and as well as going into tomorrow, which is going to be Monday. And part of the reasons being is when we took a look on Fintel, we could see as far as for the short borrow free, it's right around just over 50%. And also taking a look at the short volume ratio, we see a short volume around just over 50% as well. So there's a ton of short squeeze potential inside of this play. We also saw institutions have been loading up quite a bit just by taking a look at the inflows alone. So we want to look forward to seeing that spike come, and I want to make sure you keep this on your radar so you can make some profits off of that spike. As far as for the setup and how it's going to be looking, hey, you're going to have to set up your indicators the way it works for you, and then you can find out the best entry that is right. I am not going to give you guys one area to say, well, you know what, you're going to start your position here, because a lot of times things change, right? And depending on how the price action is really looking, hey, it may not be the best setup. So that's why part of the reasons why I keep saying keep it on your watch list. I do see a move that is coming. I'm not just telling you to go as soon as when the market opens just to buy right in. That is definitely not a smart way to go about it. If you want to know what that game plan is and how I'm going to be approaching it, then of course you can go down and see the link inside the description and you can join the private group. But for the most part, I'm looking forward to seeing how well Verb actually performs. And like I said, this is the type of play, it is extremely risky. And if you're not able to keep an eye on it, or if you don't have an entry plan and as well as an exit plan, then I would make sure that you would stay far away from this thing because it can go either way very quickly. I hope you enjoyed this video and we'll be talking real soon.